Good morning, it's Owen from Your PE. We're in our first home learning yoga lesson. The theme of today's lesson is all going to be about resilience and overcoming challenges, and we're going to follow the story of our boat trip. We're going to start today's yoga lesson like we'll start all of our lessons, sat in our cross-legged pose. And I want you to listen for the sound of the chimes. And I want you to raise your hand once you can no longer hear the chime. Perfect. Now we're going to open our eyes, take a big breath in, and as we breathe in, we're going to sit up with a good posture, opening up our chest. And as we start the lesson, we're going to bring our hands to our chest and say the magic yoga word, Namaste. Namaste can have many meanings. It can mean thank you, you're welcome, good morning or good night. And we're going to use this magic word to start and finish all of our yoga lessons. So as we said, today's lesson we're going to be following our boat trip. So to get ready to go on our boat trip, we need to pack a bag first of all. So we're going to get ourselves warmed up and we're going to loosen up our legs, our hips and our lower back by packing our bag. So to do this, we need to place our legs out straight in front. Now if you're quite flexible, you'll be able to lay your legs flat on the floor. If you're not so flexible, you need to bend your legs, that's okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to place our hands on top of our thighs and we're going to unzip our bag by trying to keep a nice straight back and stretching all the way down to our toes, zip, to unzip our bag. And now we're going to open up our bag by spreading our legs, not too wide, but just spreading our legs out to the side. Now, we need to think of what items we're going to put into our bag to take on our journey. So what might we need to go on our boat trip? Well, we might need a map so we can navigate where we're going. So we're going to start to warm up our lower back now by gently turning to the side, reaching for our map, coming back to the middle, and a big breath in, and a big breath out. We're going to reach forwards, placing our map in the bag. And now we're going to reach for our telescope. So as we breathe in, we're going to turn to the side. And as we breathe out, we're back to centre. Big breath in, stretch up. And big breath out, put our telescope in the bag. Now if we're on a long boat trip, we might get hungry, so we need to pack our sandwiches. So we're going to turn to the side, a big breath in, nice straight back. And put our sandwiches in the bag by stretching up. And a big breath out. And last of all, if we're going to take our sandwiches, we need to make sure we take our water as well. So we're going to turn to the side, take our water. Big breath in, reach up, hold a big stretch, and breathe out, placing our water in the bag. Now we've almost finished packing our bag, but as we said, today's lesson is all built around the theme of resilience. So we need to pack some characteristics that we think we might need on our story. So can we think of any words or phrases that make us think of the word resilience? How about never giving up? I think that's a really important characteristic that we're going to need on this story. So we're going to put that in our bag. So again, a big breath in and a turn. Big breath out and back. Breathe in and up. Big stretch and out. So we've put in there never giving up, But sometimes things do get quite difficult and we can't do them on our own and we need teamwork. So we're going to put teamwork in our bag. Big breath in and a turn to the side. Perfect. Now I think we're ready to go on our journey. So to get started, we need to make our boat. So to make our boat, we're going to turn, or I'm going to turn sideways on our mat, and we're going to make our boat. To make our boat, we're going to stay sat and balanced on our bottom. We're going to raise one leg in the air, two legs in the air, one hand in the air, two hands in the air to make our boat. And our boat's got a big sail, so we're going to put our sail in the air and we're going to take 4 big breaths so we can blow our sail. Brilliant, we've really got going now. But as we're going over the sea, the waves are really choppy and making us rock. So we're going to do our rock and roll to show the ship rocking along the sea. So to do this, we're going to tuck our knees into our chest, nice and tight. And as we fall back, we're going to breathe in. And as we rock all the way back up to this position, we're going to breathe out. And we're going to do this 6 times. So we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Brilliant. Now who's that I can hear in the distance? Can you hear that sound? It's Darcy the dolphin. So we're going to make our dolphin pose just like Darcy. So to make our dolphin pose, we're going to turn to the side. We're going to come onto our hands and knees, making sure our knees are under our hips and our hands are under our shoulders. We're then going to curl our toes under, and we're going to make sure our feet are planted, and we're going to push up onto our feet like so. But to make our dolphin pose, we're going to then place one arm on the floor and place 2 arms on the floor to make our dolphin pose. We're going to hold this for 4 breaths. Perfect. I think we're going to see some more of Darcy the dolphin later in the story. What's that? Can you hear that sound in the distance? It sounds like pirates. Let's take a look in our telescope. It is, we can see them, and they've got 1 leg. So we can balance with 1 foot on top of the other, or balance with our leg in the air. They've got 1 eye, and they've got a hook for a hand. Oh no, and they're boarding our ship, and they're making us walk the plank. So to walk the plank, we're going to place 1 foot in front of the other to balance and walk that plank, and then we're going to jump and land in the water. I think we've just made it. Now, we need to get ourselves back out of this water. So we're going to come onto our knees, and we're going to take a big breath in, and we're going to swim up, and a big breath out. We need to keep swimming up, and again, big stretch at the top and breathe out. And again, big stretch and down. And 1 more. This should get us to the top. And we can slowly start to come up. Oh, we've made it. We're back out of the water. And I can see an island there in the distance. But how are we going to get there? It's too far to swim. It's our friend Darcy the dolphin again. I know, we can hold on to the back of Darcy and she'll swim us over. So we've got two ways we can hold on to Darcy. So to hold on to Darcy, we can have a slight bend in our legs. We're going to lean forwards at our hips, pulling our hips back, and we're going to stretch forwards with our hands. We're going to hold this pose. Whew. We've made it to the island. And we're looking around the island, and what can we see? And what can we see lots of? We can see lots of trees. So we're going to make our tree pose. We've got 3 different tree poses that you can complete at home. Choose which one you feel most confident with. Tree pose number 1, we're going to place our hands at our heart and place one foot on top of the other to balance. Or to make it a little harder, we're going to bring our foot up into the air to hold our balance. Or finally, we can place our foot on the inside of our thigh and hold this pose. We're going to hold this for 4 breaths. We should feel the energy of our foot and our leg pressing against each other, feeling the energy coming from the ground up to the air. Big deep breaths. If you're struggling for balance, you can look at the wall or look at something still, and that will help you stay balanced. And we're going to do the same for 4 breaths on our other leg. Again, choose a difficulty that you find comfortable. Perfect. Now what's that we can hear? This island sounds like it's full of monkeys. So we need to do our monkey pose so that we blend in. So to do our monkey pose, we're going to crouch down onto our hands and feet like this. And we're going to do 3 hops forwards and 3 hops backwards. So we're going to take 3 hops forwards and 3 hops backwards. And we're going to do that twice. So we'll place our hands on the floor and we go 1, 2, 3. And then we take 3 hops backwards. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, and back. 1, 2, 3. Phew! I think we've just about got away with that. I don't think they recognised us. Now we need to get off this island, and I can see a boat down there at the beach, so we need to make our boat pose again. So we're going to come back to our seated position. And again, can we remember how to make our boat? We place 1 leg in the air, we place 2 legs in the air, we place 1 hand in the air and 2 hands in the air. But this is a rowboat, it doesn't have a sail. So we're going to grab one of our feet, and you can keep your other leg in the air, or to make it easier you can place your foot on the floor. And we're going to make big circles with our foot really opening our hips and our knees. We're going to do this 4 times. We're going to take some big breaths in towards our hip and out. Brilliant. And we're going to do 4 on our other side. I can see our ship now, we're nearly there. Perfect, we've made it back to our ship. So our ship, again, we've got 1 leg, 2 leg, 1 hand and 1 sail. And we need to take 4 big breaths again so we can blow our ship back to shore. Perfect. We've made it back to shore. And it's been some adventure. I think we just need to lay down on our backs and relax. So we just want you to place your legs out in front of you. Lay down flat on your back. And just let your arms rest by your side. And as we lay here, we just want to think, what have we taken from this story? Remembering at the start we said we were going to look at resilience, never giving up, teamwork. Can you think of any times throughout this story when we've had to overcome challenges? Maybe when we had to swim when we had to swim after jumping the plank. Maybe when we had to find our way off the island. Or maybe it's when we had to make our way back to shore. But remember, at the start of our lesson, we said we were going to look at teamwork. And we didn't do this on our own. We had help from Darcy the Dolphin. Because it's important to remember that sometimes, teamwork can help us. It's important to remember that a problem shared is a problem halved. And it's important to talk with others and work as a team. Now I just want you to take 2 more big breaths in. I want you to bring your hands together and bring them up to our third eye, towards our forehead. As we finish our lesson and we say the magic yoga word, Namaste.